Hello students, so let us look at the solution for assignment 5A part 1, which will include questions from exercise 5A. So here's the first question. We are supposed to solve for y when we have 5 times 5y minus 6 equals to 4 times y minus 7. So what we can do in this case is to first expand, right? So we can expand everything. Let's use the blue pen. So we get 25 y minus 30 equals to 4y minus 28. Now what we want to do next is to actually have the terms with the y on one side of the equation and numbers on the other side of the equation. So I subtract 4y from both sides. We have 21y on the left. And when we add 30 on both sides, we are left with 2 on the right. So putting them together, y equals to 2 over 21. That's how we can do the first question. Right? The next question. This time round, we have some fractions. So to begin, I recommend that we put them as improper fraction in this way. Right? Minus 2y equals to a quarter. Then what we can do is we can subtract 3 over 2 on both sides. So we have a quarter minus 3 over 2. So negative 2y, a quarter minus 3 over 2 is the same, right? Equivalence to a quarter minus 6 over 4, right? So that gives us negative 5 over 4. Divide by negative 2y on both sides, we get 5 over 8. All good? Right, let's move on to the next question. In the next question, we can begin, right, by adding 8 on both sides. So negative 2 plus 8 is 6. So then we multiply by 4 on both sides. That gives us 24. Right? So I hope we have been successful so far. Let's go on. Here's the next example. So what we can do is once again expand when we have situation like this. So we have 6 minus 1.2x is equals to 18. So negative 1.2x equals to, well, we just subtract 6 on both sides. So 18 minus 6 will give us 12. So x will be equals to 12 divided by negative 1.2 is negative 10. Right? Moving on. We have this situation. Well, what we can do when we have a fraction equals to another fraction, we can use the technique known as cross multiplication. So when I cross multiply, in this case, we have 3 times 12 give us 36 equals to 2 times y minus 1, right? So this gives us 36 equals to 2y minus 2. We can always shift things around, but let's maybe add 2 on both sides first. We get 38 equals to 2y. That means 2y equals to 38. Y equals to 19. Right? Now, going on, next. We have another situation now with different denominators. So in this case, what we can do is we can make the denominator common and then after that just multiply accordingly, right? So what I would recommend you do is to begin by doing this. 4x over 3 minus x minus 1 over 2. Let's rewrite this as 5 over 4, right? Now I would like to make the denominator common. So common denominator for will be in this case 12. 12 will be a reasonable one. So what I do is I actually multiply by 12 throughout. So multiplying by 12 throughout, 12 times 1/3 give me 4. So 4x minus, in this case will be 6, x minus 1, and multiply by 3 to the numerator here, that gives us 15, right? So just to illustrate for those who are not very sure what's going on, from this step to this step, what I did was to multiply by 12. And where does the 12 come from? Well, 12 is the LCM of 3, 2, and 4, which are the denominators of the fraction. Okay, so continuing, right? I have 16x minus 6x minus 6 plus 6, sorry. Because why plus 6? Because we have negative 6 here multiplied by negative 1, right? So that gives us positive 6 equals to 15. Simplify this. I have 10x on the left side And on the right side, I subtract by 6, I get a 9. So divide by 10 on both sides, x is 9 over 10. Successful, right? So next question. Hope you have been doing well. So in this case, another scenario where we want to make the denominator common. Before we do that, one thing to take note is that the 12 on its own is actually 12 over 1. Okay, so when I want the denominator to be 21 in this case, I multiply by 21 accordingly, right? So let's do that. What we can do now is make the denominator common, so I can multiply by 3 to the first term. So we have 18 y minus 2 over 21 minus 12. 12 times 21 is quite a large number, so please use your calculator. So I'm going to pull out my calculator. Let me see. Calculator. And we have 12 multiplied by 21. That gives us 252, right? So 252 over 21 equals to, in this case, it will be 14, right? Because I need a 7 in the numerator. Y minus 7 over 3. Sorry, over 21. Okay. So from here, let me write it neater, right? 21. So multiply by 21 throughout. I can do that. At the same time, I would like to also expand. So I have, let me zoom in a little. 18y minus 36 minus 252 is equals to 14y minus 7 times 14 is 98, right? So simplifying it, 18y subtract by 14y, we have 4y's, right? On the other side, we have 252 plus 36 minus 98, which gives us 190. 190. That means y is equals to 47.5. All right. Okay. 2 more questions for this piece of assignment. Here, another scenario. This time round, what we can do is we add 3 on both sides first, okay, to simplify things out a little bit. So 32 over 2x minus 5 equals to 1 quarter plus 3. That will give us 3 and 1 quarter. 3 and 1 quarter, writing it as improper fraction will give us 13 over 4. Right? Now, the improper fraction in this case is easier to handle. So what we do next, we can cross multiply. I'm going to just write 13, 2x minus 5 on this side. Okay. On the other side, we have 4 times 32. 4 times 32 is 128. Okay, so we expand out 26x minus 13 times 5 is 65, right? 65 equals to 128. That means 26x is equal to 128 plus 65. That gives us 193. So now divide by 26, I have 7 and 11 over 26. Okay. Finally, the last question for this piece of assignment. So same scenario. Let's do a cross multiplication. We can do 4. 3y minus 5 is equals to 7. 2y plus 1, right? So after this, just expand. 12y minus 20 equals to 14y plus 7. Okay, so putting them together, we have negative 2y here and 27 on the other side. So divide by negative 2, 27 divided by negative 2 is negative 13.5. Okay, so hope you have been successful. Have a nice day.